In a groundbreaking discovery that has sent shockwaves through the archaeological community, researchers working in the heart of Ethiopia's ancient Tigray region have unearthed what appears to be one of the oldest royal burial chambers ever found in Africa. Carbon dating suggests these ruins date back to approximately 3000 BCE, potentially linking them to the earliest descendants of Ham. The chamber, adorned with intricate hieroglyphs and artifacts of unprecedented craftsmanship, contains inscriptions that directly reference the biblical narrative of Ham's lineage. This discovery has forced historians to reconsider previously held beliefs about the sophistication of early African civilizations and their connection to biblical accounts. Most striking among the findings is a royal seal bearing symbols that mirror those described in ancient Hebrew texts, suggesting a profound connection between these African kingdoms and the stories preserved in biblical narratives. Picture the majestic landscape of ancient Africa, where towering pyramids pierce the golden horizon, their shadows stretching across the fertile Nile Valley like silent guardians of time. In this era, mighty kingdoms rose from the scorching sands, their cities gleaming with gold and precious stones. The great walls of Zimbabwe stood proud, while the streets of ancient Thebes bustled with scholars, priests, and merchants from distant lands. In Ethiopia's highlands, master craftsmen carved spectacular churches from solid rock, while along the coast, ships laden with ivory and precious metals set sail for distant shores. This wasn't merely a continent, it was the cradle of magnificent civilizations, where powerful queens commanded vast armies and kings built monuments that would endure for millennia. The air was thick with the scent of incense from grand temples, while market squares echoed with the voices of 1,000 languages, creating a tapestry of human achievement that would leave an indelible mark on history. Within the ancient pages of the Bible lies a remarkable chronicle, a testament to the glory and might of Africa's earliest kingdoms. These sacred texts, carefully preserved through millennia, tell of powerful rulers whose influence stretched across vast territories. The Bible speaks of Ethiopian queens who challenged Solomon's wisdom, of Egyptian pharaohs whose dreams shaped nations, and of mighty armies that made kings tremble. Each carefully chosen word, each meticulously preserved verse, serves as a bridge between past and present, revealing intricate connections between the lands of Ham and the great civilizations that flourished there. These biblical accounts, far from mere stories, have proven to be invaluable historical records, painting vivid portraits of societies that rivaled any in the ancient world. Through these sacred writings, we glimpse the grandeur of courts where African monarchs held sway and witness the unfolding of events that would shape human history for generations to come. In the aftermath of the Great Flood, 3 brothers emerged whose destinies would shape the course of human history: Shem, Ham, and Japheth, the sons of Noah. Their story marks the beginning of humanity's great divergence, a tale of power, territory, and divine purpose. Shem, the eldest, became the patriarch of the Semitic peoples, his lineage extending through the heart of the Middle East. Japheth's descendants would spread northward and westward, establishing themselves across Europe and parts of Asia. But it was Ham, whose name would become forever linked with the mighty kingdoms of Africa, who would forge an empire that rivaled any in the ancient world. The biblical record speaks of how these brothers, witnesses to both destruction and renewal, divided the known world among themselves. Their decisions, made in those crucial early days, would establish boundaries and bloodlines that would endure for thousands of years, creating spheres of influence that would shape civilizations yet to come. The name Ham echoes through ancient texts with profound significance. In Hebrew and Aramaic traditions, it carries the meaning of burnt or dark, not as a mark of dishonor, but as a testament to the sun-blessed lands his descendants would rule. Ancient records speak of Ham's extraordinary life, spanning over half a millennium, during which he witnessed the rise of humanity's greatest early civilizations. His name became synonymous with power and prestige across Africa, where his descendants would build empires that stretched from the Nile to the Niger. Chronicles tell of how Ham's influence grew so vast that rulers from distant lands sought his counsel and blessing. In the grand halls of Egypt and Ethiopia, his name was spoken with reverence, for he was considered not just a patriarch, but the founder of societies whose achievements would stand as monuments to human ingenuity. His legacy was so profound that even today, thousands of years later, archaeological discoveries continue to unveil the magnitude of the civilizations that arose from his lineage. From the scorching deserts of North Africa to the fertile valleys of the Nile, Ham's territories stood as testament to remarkable human achievement. Ancient texts speak of vast kingdoms stretching across the African continent, where his descendants established centers of learning, trade, and power that would endure for millennia. The land of Kush, known today as Sudan and Ethiopia, became renowned for its gold mines and sophisticated astronomical knowledge. Egypt, under the rule of Ham's son Mizraim, rose to become the mightiest empire of its age, building monuments that would perplex and astound future generations. The ancient cities of Libya, founded by Put, became crucial trading hubs where caravans from across the known world converged. Each territory bore distinct marks of Ham's influence, from the architectural marvels of Zimbabwe to the scholarly traditions of Timbuktu. These weren't merely geographical boundaries, but realms where unique civilizations flourished, each contributing to a legacy of innovation and cultural sophistication that would influence the course of human history. In the ancient realm of Kush, where the Blue and White Nile converged, arose one of history's most formidable empires. Kush, the firstborn son of Ham, established a dynasty that would rival the grandeur of Egypt itself. The Kushite kings, adorned in gold and commanding armies that struck fear into the hearts of their enemies, built pyramids that pierce the African sky even today. Their capital, Meroe, became legendary for its iron-smelting furnaces, earning it the title Africa's Ancient Birmingham, where weaponsmiths forged blades of such quality that neighboring kingdoms offered fortunes to possess them. The Kushite queens, known as Kandakes, earned renown as warrior monarchs who led armies into battle, their very names causing enemies to tremble. These rulers created a sophisticated writing system, established vast trading networks, and built temples that matched the splendor of ancient Egypt. Their influence extended far beyond their borders, as Kushite culture spread across East Africa, leaving an indelible mark on human civilization that echoes through the centuries. Through Mizraim, Ham's second son, emerged the magnificent civilization of ancient Egypt. The kingdom that arose under Mizraim's guidance became one of the most sophisticated societies the world had ever known. The Nile Valley transformed into a center of unprecedented architectural and cultural achievement, where the pharaohs commissioned monuments that would stand as eternal testaments to human ingenuity. The Bible and ancient texts record how Mizraim's influence spread throughout North Africa. Under his descendants' rule, Egypt developed advanced systems of mathematics, medicine, and astronomy. The great libraries of Egypt housed thousands of scrolls containing knowledge from across the known world. Their architectural achievements, from the Great Pyramids to the temples of Luxor, demonstrated engineering precision that remained unmatched for millennia. The Egyptian civilization pioneered innovations in agriculture, governance, and religious thought. Their system of hieroglyphic writing preserved the wisdom of generations, while their religious practices influenced cultures far beyond their borders. The pharaohs who followed Mizraim's lineage established diplomatic relations with distant kingdoms, creating vast networks of trade and cultural exchange. Egyptian influence extended far beyond the Nile Delta, reaching into what is now Libya and Sudan. Their cultural practices, religious beliefs, and architectural styles spread throughout North Africa, creating a legacy that would influence civilizations for thousands of years to come. Put in Canaan, the final branches of Ham's lineage, established territories that would become crucial crossroads of ancient civilization. Put, whose name became synonymous with Libya, founded kingdoms along the Mediterranean coast that developed into major centers of trade and cultural exchange. These regions became known for their skilled horsemen, advanced metalworking, and control of vital trade routes that connected Africa with the Mediterranean world. The ancient Libyan kingdoms under Put's influence developed sophisticated systems of commerce and diplomacy. Their merchants traveled across the Sahara, establishing trade networks that connected sub-Saharan Africa with the Mediterranean coast. Their cities became renowned for their wealth and architectural splendor, featuring grand marketplaces where traders from across the known world gathered to exchange goods and ideas. Canaan, despite being the subject of Noah's pronouncement, established territories that became central to ancient history. The Canaanite cities developed advanced systems of writing, sophisticated pottery techniques, and architectural innovations that influenced neighboring civilizations. Their ports along the Mediterranean coast became vital hubs for maritime trade, connecting Africa with lands to the north and east. The Canaanite influence extended beyond commerce into the realms of art and culture. Their craftsmen were sought after throughout the ancient world for their skill in working with purple dye, glass, and precious metals. The cities they built became centers of learning where different cultures and traditions merged, creating unique forms of art and architecture. These territories under Put and Canaan completed the vast sphere of Ham's influence, creating a network of interconnected kingdoms that shaped the ancient world. Their legacy continues to be unveiled through archaeological discoveries that reveal the sophistication and extent of their civilizations. The story of Noah and Ham stands as one of history's most misunderstood narratives, set in the aftermath of the Great Flood when humanity was beginning anew. The biblical account tells of an incident that occurred when Noah, having planted the first vineyard, discovered the effects of wine, a beverage previously unknown to mankind. Noah, unaware of wine's potency, became intoxicated and lay uncovered in his tent. Upon discovering his father in this vulnerable state, Ham's response marked a significant breach of ancient social and moral codes. Rather than quietly attending to his father's dignity, as sacred texts record, Ham chose to tell his brothers about Noah's condition. This action, seemingly minor by modern standards, represented a grave violation of the profound respect for parental authority that governed ancient societies. Shem and Japheth demonstrated the expected reverence, walking backward into the tent with a garment held between them, ensuring they maintained their father's dignity without looking upon him. Their actions stood in stark contrast to Ham's behavior, highlighting the ancient world's stringent codes of honor and familial respect. When Noah awoke and learned what had transpired, his response was shaped by the cultural and social framework of their time. This moment would have far-reaching implications for future generations, though not in the way many have incorrectly interpreted through history. The cultural significance of the Noah-Ham narrative must be understood within the context of ancient Near Eastern societies. During this pivotal period, respect for parental authority was not merely a social convention, but formed the very foundation of societal order. The incident revealed deeper principles about honor, authority, and familial responsibility that governed these ancient civilizations. In the ancient world, a father's authority carried both spiritual and temporal significance. Seeing a father in a compromised state and, more importantly, spreading word of such a situation represented a severe breach of sacred trust. Noah's role as both patriarch and survivor of the Great Flood added additional weight to the gravity of Ham's actions. The subsequent pronouncement by Noah reflected the complex system of blessings and consequences that shaped ancient familial relationships. Historical records from various ancient civilizations demonstrate similar patterns where disrespect toward patriarchal authority carried significant repercussions. However, it's crucial to note that Noah's words were specifically directed at Canaan, Ham's son, rather than at Ham himself or his other children. This distinction is vital for understanding the historical record correctly. The other sons of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, and Put, went on to establish mighty civilizations that flourished and prospered. Their achievements in architecture, science, governance, and culture stand as testimony to the fact that no broader curse affected Ham's lineage as a whole. Throughout history, crucial misinterpretations of the Noah-Ham narrative have led to significant historical misunderstandings that require careful correction. The biblical text clearly shows that the pronouncement was specifically directed at Canaan, not at Ham's entire lineage or at people of African descent. This distinction becomes evident when examining the remarkable achievements of Ham's other sons and their descendants. The historical record demonstrates that the civilizations established by Ham's descendants were among the most advanced and influential of their time. The kingdoms of Kush produced remarkable innovations in metallurgy and architecture. The Egyptian Empire under Mizraim's lineage created sophisticated systems of mathematics, astronomy, and engineering that influenced human civilization for millennia. Put's descendants established vital trade networks that connected Africa with the Mediterranean world. These achievements directly contradict any notion of a curse affecting Ham's lineage. The evidence of their accomplishments appears in ancient texts, architectural monuments, and archaeological discoveries across Africa and the Near East. Their contributions to human knowledge, culture, and civilization stand as permanent testaments to their capabilities and achievements. Understanding this historical reality is crucial for correcting centuries of misinterpretation. The biblical narrative, when properly understood within its historical and cultural context, reveals a specific incident with specific consequences, rather than any broad pronouncement affecting entire populations or races. This correction is essential for understanding both the historical record and the true legacy of Ham's descendants. The cultural heritage of Ham's descendants continues to resonate through history, manifesting in enduring traditions, architectural marvels, and sophisticated social systems that have influenced civilizations across millennia. The Great Pyramids of Egypt and Sudan stand as permanent monuments to their engineering prowess, while ancient temples and fortresses demonstrate their architectural mastery. In Ethiopia, the ancient Christian traditions trace their roots to these early civilizations, preserving manuscripts and religious practices that date back to the earliest days of Christianity. The rock-hewn churches of Lalibela exemplify the remarkable fusion of spiritual devotion and architectural innovation that characterized these ancient societies. The traditional knowledge systems developed by these civilizations continue to influence modern practices. Their sophisticated understanding of astronomy, mathematics, and medicine laid foundations that subsequent civilizations built upon. The ancient Egyptian medical texts reveal advanced surgical procedures and pharmaceutical knowledge that amazed later scholars. Traditional African leadership structures, many of which persist to this day, reflect the complex political and social systems established by these early civilizations. The concept of divine kingship, elaborate court ceremonies, and sophisticated administrative systems all trace their origins to these ancient societies. Their methods of governance, which balanced centralized authority with local autonomy, created stable societies that endured for generations. Recent archaeological discoveries continue to validate the historical accounts of these ancient African civilizations. In the valleys of Sudan, excavations have revealed extensive urban centers with sophisticated water management systems, demonstrating advanced engineering capabilities. These findings align with biblical and historical texts describing the technological achievements of Ham's descendants. The architectural remains of ancient Egyptian cities provide tangible evidence of their advanced mathematical and astronomical knowledge. Precise alignments of monuments with celestial bodies demonstrate their sophisticated understanding of astronomical principles. Their architectural achievements required precise calculations and engineering techniques that were unprecedented for their time. In the regions historically associated with Put's descendants, archaeological evidence reveals extensive trade networks. Discovered artifacts indicate commercial relationships spanning from sub-Saharan Africa to the Mediterranean coast, confirming historical accounts of their economic influence. The remains of ancient harbors and trade routes substantiate records of their commercial prowess. Investigations in ancient Canaanite sites have uncovered evidence of advanced metallurgy and craftsmanship. These findings correlate with historical records describing their technological expertise. The discovery of ancient texts and inscriptions provides additional verification of their sophisticated writing systems and administrative capabilities. The legacy of these ancient civilizations continues to shape our modern world in profound and meaningful ways. The cultural and technological innovations of Ham's descendants have left an indelible mark on contemporary society, influencing fields ranging from architecture to governance. In modern Africa, traditional leadership structures derived from these ancient systems continue to play important roles alongside contemporary governance. The principles of community organization and conflict resolution developed by these early societies remain relevant in today's diplomatic relations and local administration. The architectural principles developed by these ancient civilizations continue to influence modern construction techniques. Contemporary architects and engineers still study the methods used in constructing the pyramids and other monumental structures, drawing inspiration from their durability and precision. The sophisticated urban planning systems of ancient Egyptian cities offer valuable insights for modern city development. The traditional knowledge systems of these civilizations, particularly in medicine and astronomy, contribute to ongoing research and development. Their mathematical innovations, preserved through historical records, continue to provide insights into problem-solving approaches. Their agricultural techniques, adapted to challenging environmental conditions, offer valuable lessons for modern sustainable farming practices. These connections between ancient wisdom and modern applications demonstrate the enduring relevance of these civilizations' achievements. Their contributions continue to enrich our understanding of human capability and innovation. The story of Ham and his descendants stands as a testament to humanity's capacity for achievement and innovation. Through careful examination of biblical texts and historical records, we can trace the development of sophisticated civilizations that shaped human history. The kingdoms established by Ham's children, from the scholarly excellence of Cush to the architectural marvels of Egypt, from the trading empires of Put to the craftsmanship of Canaan, demonstrate remarkable human achievement. These civilizations established foundations in mathematics, astronomy, architecture, and governance that continue to influence our world today. Their innovations in urban planning, water management, and construction techniques demonstrate levels of sophistication that command respect and admiration. The enduring impact of their cultural and technological achievements serves as evidence of their significant contributions to human progress. Proper understanding of these historical narratives helps correct long-standing misinterpretations and reveals the true legacy of these ancient societies. Their story is not one of limitation, but of remarkable achievement and enduring influence. The profound legacy of these ancient civilizations carries a vital message for our contemporary world. The achievements of Ham's descendants demonstrate the importance of preserving and understanding our shared human heritage. Their story reveals how innovation, cultural exchange, and technological advancement have shaped human progress across millennia. This understanding holds particular significance in today's interconnected world. The sophisticated administrative systems they developed, their approaches to international trade, and their methods of cultural preservation offer valuable insights for addressing modern challenges. Their achievements remind us that human ingenuity and determination can overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. As we move forward, it becomes increasingly important to study and preserve these historical narratives accurately. By understanding the true scope of these ancient civilizations' achievements, we gain a more complete picture of human capability and potential. This knowledge can inspire future generations to build upon this legacy of innovation and cultural achievement. The story of Ham and his descendants, properly understood, stands as a testament to human achievement and the enduring impact of cultural innovation. It challenges us to approach historical narratives with careful consideration and to recognize the lasting contributions of ancient African civilizations to human progress. We invite you to join us in exploring these fascinating historical narratives that continue to shape our understanding of human civilization. Your thoughts and perspectives on this topic are invaluable. Please share them in the comment section below. If you found this content enlightening, consider subscribing to our channel for more in-depth historical explorations. Help us spread this knowledge by sharing this video with friends and family who might appreciate these insights into our shared human heritage. Your support through likes and subscriptions enables us to continue producing high-quality educational content. Stay tuned for our upcoming episodes, where we'll delve deeper into other significant historical narratives that have shaped our world.